What is up, harvesters? My name is Ken. Welcome to Hobby Harvest. So we are in the middle of food plot planting season, and a lot of guys are struggling with drought and having no rain in the forecast. And so I want to talk to you guys today about, is it okay to plant even if you don't have rain in the forecast? Now, yes, it is, but it is not the ideal situation. Obviously, the ideal situation, we plant right before a rain. That seed gets wet right away. It has a great chance of germinating. But what is worse? Planting without a rain or waiting till really late in the season to plant? Now, the answer to that is you can wait maybe a week or two or possibly 3, depending on where you are in the country, to plant past your ideal plant date. So give it some time. If you have no rain in the forecast, maybe just give it a week or two, see if something pops up, gives you that chance to plant before rain, because that is the ideal situation. Now, okay, let's say you have a constrained schedule, or you have waited those couple of weeks and you still have no rain in the forecast. What is your second best plan of action? Well, okay, ideally in that second best scenario, you have a summer cover crop like buckwheat, because what the buckwheat does is not only helps to build your soil and act as a green manure, but it also acts as that thatch that lays down over the top of your seed after you seed it and then you crimp the buckwheat. So what that thatch does is it helps to hold whatever moisture in the soil that you do get. So if you're just seeding into open soil, that soil is going to dry out a lot easier, and it's going to be a lot harder to keep moisture in the soil than you could if you had that summer cover crop. Now, okay, it's too late to plant a summer cover crop too. So what about that third best scenario? What do you do then? Well, like I said, you should wait at least maybe 2-3 weeks past your ideal plant time. If you still have no rain in the forecast, it's okay, get that seed down, because now you're battling with winter and fall fastly approaching you. So you're running out of growing time. So having a shortened growing time at some point becomes worse than seeding when you don't have rain in the future. Now, you can still get some germination. It just won't be your ideal germination if you seed without rain in the forecast, and let me tell you why. So every morning you wake up, there's dew on the grass, right? You are still getting some moisture into your soil every single morning and night. When it cools off at night, some of that moisture comes out of the air, it rests on your plants or on your soil. That's what we call dew. You're going to get some moisture that way. Now again, ideally you have that buckwheat thatch or summer cover crop thatch on top of it to help hold as much of that moisture as possible. But if not, at least you're getting some moisture. You will get some germination, and it's better to plant earlier without rain than to plant later with rain if your crop isn't going to have enough time to actually grow to the maturity you want it before it dies off in the colder temperatures that are coming in late fall and winter. So that's your ideal situation. You know, if you're not having rain, just wait a week or two. Then get that seed down regardless of if you have rain or not. Hopefully you put out a summer cover crop. The summer cover crop will also help to cover your seed so that it doesn't get picked through by things like turkeys and other rodents and birds and whatever else, raccoons or whatever might dig through and get the seed out. It really slows them down having all that thatch on top of there. So that's the other thing. You may want to up your seed rate just a little bit if you're not expecting rain, just to anticipate getting the seed eaten up by stuff before it can actually germinate. So that's just something you guys kind of gotta know your land and know what's gonna work better for you. But those are your 3 steps to seeding. You know, your ideal situation, your second best scenario, and your third best scenario is you gotta just get that seed down regardless, because winter is fastly approaching. So I'm actually going to be heading up to my northwestern Wisconsin property this weekend to seed. We do have a nice rain event coming this weekend. By the time you guys see this, by the time I get home, get this edited and get it published, it'll actually be a couple days after I've done all of that already. But while I was out here today, I put this post in here. And so when I reshaped this food plot, and those of you who have seen my other videos know why I reshaped this food plot this year. But when I did that, I created a situation where I didn't have anywhere to put a mock scrape. All my trees that are anywhere near the edge of the plot are not close enough to the stand for me to actually shoot the mock scrape with a bow. So I'm trying something brand new out here. I had this post lying around. I had some concrete mix lying around. So I came out here this morning, I dug a hole, threw the post in and put some concrete in there. I'm gonna let that set up, and then I'm gonna build a arm off of the top of it, a cantilevered arm to hang a mock scrape off of. Now, I've never done a completely man-made mock scrape like this before, and I've never actually seen anybody else do it either. So this is 100% experimental. If you guys want to figure out or want to see how that turns out, you know, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I'll make sure to do a video on this little experiment here and let you guys know how it works, because I know a lot of you probably have less than ideal places to put a mock scrape as well. And if something like this works out, by all means, steal it from me, do it. The whole point of this channel is just to bring you guys some stuff that I've learned over the years, and I'm always trying new stuff, seeing if it works, seeing if it doesn't, and I'll let you guys know so you can learn from my experience. Now, yeah, again, if you guys feel like you got some value out of this video, if you want to see what happens with this post in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.